Queen here, life after money. I've noticed that not many people know the difference between a need and a want. They can't seem to work it out. They find it difficult to understand what the basic minimum things you need to spend money on and what are the extras which fall into the want category. If you're in debt, it's pretty important to work this out, and I've noticed that everybody's needs and wants are all different. My needs are very few. I need to pay my mortgage. Well, I did. I don't actually have a mortgage now. But if you have a mortgage or pay rent, you need to pay rent. You need to pay your mortgage. That is priority, to keep the roof over your head. In all the years that I've had a mortgage, I have never missed a payment. Even though I've gone short on other things, the mortgage always got paid on time. The next thing you need to do is eat. Yes, we all need to eat. You can save money on your food if you shop around. So that is the flexible figure. You can live very lavishly and buy all the most expensive food, the top brands, but you can also live very cheaply and buy all the basics and the value and the supermarket's own labels. So that is a flexible figure. You need to pay your utilities, and gas and electricity is the main ones, and the water, of course. I am on a water meter because it's the most cost effective for me. I can save money by being careful with my water usage. And in the same way, I can switch off electrical items, I can switch off the gas heating, and I can choose how much I spend on the gas, electric and the water. So they are flexible. If you go to work, you do need to find money for the transport to and from your workplace. So some people need a car to get to work, so that would be quite high on the priority list. If you've got a job, best to hang on to it, and best to hang on to your car. But then again, you don't need the top of the range cars. You can buy something cheap and cheerful. If you need medical expenses, that is priority as well. So those are really the 4 or 5 or 6, things that should be on the needs list. All the rest should go on the wants list. I suggest you get a piece of paper, put a line down the middle, you put your needs on one side and your wants on the other side. Fill all that in, right? I choose to have pets. I've got 2 cats, so I know I can afford those pets. Think very carefully if you want to get a dog or a cat. They are very expensive. They are not needs, they are wants. I can have my pets because I can afford them. There are some insurances which I have to pay. My car insurance, a legal requirement. My house, fabric of the house, that needs to be insured. If it falls down, I want it replacing. I don't have contents insurance because everything I've got in this house can be replaced at minimal cost. I buy a lot of second hand, so I could easily replace everything in here. Material possessions are not important to me. Yes, food essential, I've mentioned that. You can cut your costs on your food. I don't have a TV, so I don't pay a TV license. That's about 150 a year or something like that. I've not had a TV for, I don't know, 20 years or so. I don't need a TV. I've got broadband. That is essential for me because I write a blog and it is my window on the world, and it gives me all the information I need. It's like having a library in my house. So yeah, it's my entertainment and it's my education as well. In front of me I've got a little computer here, and on it I've got a statement of affairs, right, which is a list of all your possible outgoings which you need or need not pay to live. This is from the Money Saving Expert Forum. It's called a Statement of Affairs. People fill that in with all their outgoings and incomings, and it gives a complete picture of how your financial situation is. I don't need to do one of these because I'm so very careful about what I spend my money on. I actually know exactly what my needs and wants are. But for somebody who's not sure about needs and wants, it's a good idea to take a look at this statement of affairs because it brings it all into perspective. Now I'm going to go quickly down the list. Here we've got, as I mentioned, mortgage, council tax. Council tax must be paid. Must be paid. You can be sent to prison if you don't pay your council tax. Gas and electric, water rates, telephone, landline. I do have a telephone landline because it's in a bundle with my broadband. Mobile phone. I do have a mobile phone. My mobile phone is just for text and phone calls. Basically, that's it. I pay like less than £5 a month on pay as you go. A posh mobile phone is in the wants. You don't actually need it at all. The basic phone is fine. As I say, TV license, no, don't pay it. Satellite cable TV, you don't actually need that. There's enough programs on there. I believe, I think you can get Netflix, or do you pay for Netflix? I don't know. You can get Freeview. You don't need satellite or cable TV. Groceries, yes, you need to pay for, but go for the cheapest. Now, there's a clothing here. How much do you spend on clothes a month? I spend virtually nil on clothes a month. I might spend, I don't know, about £20–30 a year. I buy my clothes from charity shops mainly, and sometimes car boot sales, and people actually give me clothes as well. So you do not need to spend £20–30 every month on clothes. Clothes are a want. You do need to be clothed, of course, but you can't do it very cheaply. Car parking. You shouldn't really need to pay for your car parking unless you are going to work and you need your car in the authorised car park from which there is a charge. But park away from your work in a safe, secure side street, which is about as safe as you can get in a residential area. Walk half a mile to work, so you can cut down there. What else is there? Other travel. Well, I've got a bus pass, so I don't pay for other travel, so I either go free on the bus or I take my car. Pet insurance, right. I used to have pet insurance for a cat. I had it for about 14 years. Never claimed anything from it at all. I cancelled it because when the cat reached that certain age, whatever illnesses they were going to have is going to be age related, and it's something that I would expect to happen. So what I did was put money away. You can self-insure your pets. You need to make sure though that you do put your money away. As I said before, if you can't afford a pet, don't have one. So make sure that you can put that money away and do not touch it because it's for your pet. Here we are. Life insurance. I don't have any life insurance. I have nobody to consider after I leave this earth, so I have no life insurance. Presents. You see, I'm looking at one here, and somebody spends £100 a month on presents. Now that would include Christmas. I mean, to me, that's a ridiculous amount. £100 a month for 12 months, £1,200 a year for presents? What? That is not a need, it is a want. You can cut that right down, or even cut it out. Haircuts. Somebody's put down a figure for haircuts. My haircut is very, very, very low maintenance. I cut it myself. It costs nothing. I am due for a cut, because when it gets to that length, it's just getting on my nerves a little bit, you know. So in the next 2-3 weeks or so, I will get the scissors out and I will cut this. I will put a colour on it, just to brighten it up, really, just to make it a bit lively. I've got a few dark bits up here, but that colour will cost £1. So you can cut down on haircuts. Entertainment. Now, somebody here has got no money for entertainment. I tend not to believe that, because people do spend money on entertainment, but because they don't keep track of it, they think they've spent nothing. Entertainment might, I don't know, go to the cinema, you might go and pay a visit to, I don't know, an exhibition or somewhere where you have to pay to go in. I don't really pay for entertainment, so think about a holiday. If you want a holiday, right? You want a holiday, you must put money away for it every month. Not just think, oh, I'm going to go spend £1,000 on a trip on a flight to goodness knows where. You must put that down as a monthly payment into your budget. So save up for your holidays. Do not put it on the card. Holidays mean different things to different people. I like holidays, but I have holidays that I can afford to pay for because I have saved up for it. I no longer fly. I don't really want to, but I have money for holidays. You should really have something for an emergency fund. If things break down in the house, your electrical appliances or things wear out. I do have money put aside for an emergency if I need to replace something. So really that needs to happen. Right, what else have we got? That's about it, actually. Yeah. Car insurance. Yes, I pay car insurance. I pay annually. Because if you spread it over 12 months, it will cost you more. Don't have any childcare, can't comment on that really. So car maintenance, yes, that's in my emergency fund. Car needs an MOT every year. Car needs insurance, car needs a service. And tax, road tax. So a car, I have put it into my needs section, right? Because I have been a lorry driver for 32 years. I am used to moving around to different places. I like to have a vehicle there so that I can go anywhere at any time. For some people that might not be that important. Some people can manage without a car. So a car then, if you're not using it for work, or if you don't actually need it, I need it for my well-being. It makes me happy. But if you don't actually need it, if you don't actually like driving, people don't like driving. I like driving. If you don't like driving, if you don't need a car, that is a want. right? So how can you tell the difference between what you need and what you want? You need to keep your body alive. You need to keep a roof over your head. You need to keep your mind occupied. You need to stay healthy. But again, you can do these things on a budget. Think about your plan. Think about what you need money for. As I say, put it on the list. Needs and wants. If you can pay for all of your needs, right, easily, and you've got money to pay for all of your needs, that's fine, do it. But don't go into debt for paying for things that you want. Do not use the credit card for something that you want. When you can afford everything you need in the left hand column, then you can look at the right hand column into the wants list and think, can I move something over from the wants into the needs? Have I got enough money to pay for that? And that is not credit cards. Credit cards is not your money, it's borrowed money, it will cost you. So that's the benchmark to go by, really. Think about, as I say, can you pay for your needs comfortably? Do you have a little bit of cash left over? And that is after you've saved for your emergency fund, after you've saved for your car, after you've saved for your pets insurance. Split your annual payments up into monthly chunks. Get that monthly figure on what you need to save every month for what you need to pay for. Don't just think, oh well, car taxes once a year, I'll think about that when it comes. No, don't think about that when it comes. Think about it now. Put that money aside now. And other car related, your insurance, your tax, it comes once a year, but you pay it once a year, but you save monthly for it. Right, have I made that clear? You need to work out a monthly budget. You need to work out your monthly needs, your monthly wants. You might want a holiday in March, but if you haven't got enough money to spare saved up in the holiday fund, you can't have that holiday in March. If you decide to take a holiday later in the year, in September, you look at your holiday fund at the beginning of the year. You work out how much that holiday is going to cost you in September, and you work out a monthly budget for it. And it's planning, and not leaving things to chance. Everything must be covered, everything must be paid for, but try and work out what your needs and your wants. How much do you need something? How much do you want something? You might really want something, but if you haven't got enough money to pay for it, I'm afraid you don't have it. And that's what my mum told me when I was a little girl, and that's the rule that I live by now. So, and I have no debt. Okay, bye.